Boo.
Hello and welcome to Murder Mystery Haunted History. I am BB3 and this is Nettie with MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless. You can find her link in the description below. Go give her a follow. Here on
Thank
this
you.
channel, we cover true crime, paranormal, and from
Mhm.
time to time I do a little bit of gaming. If any of that sounds interesting to you and you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. It does help to throw the channel out there in the algorithm. And if you're a returning subscriber like those over in the chat right now, you already know we love you.
Love
And thank
ya.
you so much for being here with us. All right. This is going to be a good one, Nettie. We're doing a follow
Yes.
up on the Murdaugh
Yep.
case. So, right, I did this on purpose. I wanted to see how long I could go. Being a person that does research for videos and stuff on YouTube and all of that, I wanted to see how long I could go without getting a spoiler as to whether or not he was charged or not. Like I didn't want
Yeah.
to know
Yeah.
until we covered it. And I'll tell you what, I still don't 100% know. I still don't. I kind of saw something that let me know that maybe he was found guilty, but I didn't know. So it was an interesting concept to try to do that because you run across that stuff so easily.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And his
And
case was everywhere, but I
yeah.
didn't know. So, all right, let me get over here in the chat real quick. Thrifty Angela is making from scratch hamburger helper, and I'm starving.
No way. So she's just not thrifty. She's also homemaking.
Yep. Good, good. So, hello, Thrifty Angela. And then we also have Celexa Vlogs. Thank you so much
Mhm.
for being here with us.
Yeah.
Larice, you say hello. You are so supportive. All of my live streams that I do with the gaming and everything, Larice and Chrissy Mama are always there. So supportive.
Mm.
And then we have Bill about to go to work, but had to stop in and say howdy. I hope you are feeling and healing much better.
Oh, yeah.
And Char of Heart, hello
Mhm.
and welcome. Okay, I'm confused. I could have swore you had a different profile picture this morning. I could be wrong, but oh wait, no, it was Shanna Craft. I get the two of you in my head confused. No, you still have the same profile picture.
Yeah.
Shanna Craft was there this morning with a different picture. Don't mind me, the blonde is showing. Angela followed this case religiously. Well, it's in your
Yeah.
area, so I would
Yeah.
think we did that the other day at my sister's house. Oh, homemade
Oh, wow.
yummies.
Hamburger helper.
Mm. Love the hairstyle. I am frustrated with my hair right now, if I'm going to be
It
honest.
looks so great.
It's at that length where, because remember, I was growing it out and she chopped it off on
Yeah.
me. So now it's like sitting right here and it's flipping in all
Oh,
different. Oh, so
yeah.
T-bones
Oh,
paradox.
my.
All
Look at
right.
this. I got so much. Can you
Yours
imagine my
is,
big?
I love yours. I want long hair again.
It's getting so long.
We have 54 jars in the chat. Hello and welcome. All right. So let's jump into the story and see where Alex Murdaugh ended up with his trial.
And we do have a little bit of a video clip that
Mhm.
we're going to play in between a section. And we'll probably have to do what you said before since it's over the minute.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk over it and we'll have to pause it, but I will provide a link in the description later if you
Hmm.
want to go back and watch it without us talking. But it is very important that we talk over the videos that we play. Otherwise, I end up with little
Yeah,
things on my channel.
I
So,
know.
all right, let's go ahead and add this in. And Nettie, you go first.
Okay. Alec Murdaugh will spend the rest of his life in prison for killing his wife and son. So that kind of tells you right there in the beginning.
And now we're getting into the goods.
Yeah.
All right. Breaking news. Alec
Mhm.
Murdaugh speaks at his sentencing hearing. Alex Murdaugh convicted of murdering wife and son. He looks so different than he did when this
Yeah.
all started.
Wait till you see his booking photo. Kind of scary. Now, Alec Murdaugh was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole Friday for the murders of his wife and son. Another chapter in the downfall of the disgraced attorney whose dynamic, no, that's not dynamic,
Dynastic.
dynastic family has significant legal reach for decades in parts of South Carolina's Low County.
I remember seeing somewhere
Mhm.
that when his son had that boating accident,
Yeah.
that the family of the girl that died tried to go to that area in the boat where the boat had wrecked, where their daughter had
Uh-huh.
died. They tried to go down there and the police stopped them and told them they
Um,
couldn't. And so they got back in their car, and before they pulled off, the Murdaugh family showed up. And so they just kind of sat there and watched, and the police let the Murdaugh family walk on down there. And can you imagine the person that took your daughter's life being able to go, but you weren't able to just because of their
yeah.
money? That's,
That is just awful.
I don't
I don't
understand.
think I could stay in that car, as a parent
No,
and
I'd
that
have been out.
happening.
I'd have
Yeah.
been out screaming, yelling, and acting a fool. I know I would have.
Yeah. Mm.
Judge Clifton Newman, before handing down 2 consecutive life sentences, reminded Murdaugh of his astonishing fall from grace, saying he had to have a portrait of Murdaugh's grandfather removed from the courtroom to ensure a fair trial.
Mm. But his defense, which included Murdaugh's testimony, was not credible, not believable. The judge admon- admonished the former lawyer. You can convince yourself about it, but obviously you have the inability to convince anyone else, Newman said.
We have Captain in the chat. Hello and welcome.
Hey.
And then Angela said the judge was awesome. Hello, Diane.
Mhm.
Hello, hello. Murdaugh's wife, Maggie, and son, Paul, were found fatally shot on the family's Islandtown property on June 7th, 2021. Alex Murdaugh, who took the stand last week in his own defense, maintained he didn't kill them and found the bodies after returning from a brief visit to his sick mother that night. You're in a video, dude.
Yeah. Newman on Friday potentially asked when Murdaugh's web of deceit would end. I know you have to see Paul and Maggie during the night times when you're attempting to go to sleep. I'm sure they come to visit you, the judge told Alec Murdaugh at one point in the Colleton County courtroom. Every night, Murdaugh said.
His defense attorneys said they plan to appeal the sentence within 10 days. Defense attorney Dick H.
Yeah.
defended the decision to let Murdaugh testify, saying his credibility was under question because of his alleged financial wrongdoings. Once they got that character information, he's a thief, he's a liar, then this jury had to think that he's a despicable human being and not to be believed. H told reporters after sentencing, Murdaugh, he added, always wanted to take the stand.
Yep.
I think that a lot of his trial was based on showing the deep, dark, nasty side of him, because
Hmm.
if they didn't show that, then all you would assume was you have this great lawyer who's been a part of the town forever. Like, it was important to build who his actual character was versus the picture he presented to everyone.
Yep. H told CNN Friday that his client was not happy with the verdict, but expected it. The attorney said it was inexplicable that he would execute his son and wife in that fashion, in my mind. And Murdaugh left the courtroom wearing a brown jumpsuit and handcuffs and was released into the custody of the South Carolina Department of Corrections.
Life's going to be pretty rough for him,
Oh, yeah.
especially since he probably had a hand in some of the people that are in the jail he's about to go to.
Mm. And I could be very happy to see him.
Murdaugh started being processed at a reception and evaluation center in Columbia Friday, according to a news release from the department. That included having his head shaved as part of the department's standard procedures, according to the department's spokesperson, Christy Shane. His processing over the next month and a half will include medical tests and mental health and other assessments that will help decide which maximum security prison he will be sent to, the department said. I think that's interesting that they shave the men's hair because they don't shave the women's, but they do make the men get their head shaved, which I wonder, this is off topic, but I know that there are certain religions that people belong to where they don't cut their hair. So I wonder if those people are forced to shave their head as well.
Their head. Yeah. And he looks totally creepy.
Was his son up for trial for the boating accident that killed a girl? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was supposed to be being decided, but he killed that son, allegedly, according to the trial.
Yeah.
He looks terrifying.
Doesn't he?
Take away his hair and he looks like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yes, Jack. Trial was set for 3 days after their murders. Conveniently.
Typically, sentencing hearings include victims' impact statements, but there were none on Friday. Instead, the hearing stood out for Newman's direct exchanges with Murdaugh, whose defense, the judge said, represented an assault of the integrity of the judicial system. I don't question at all the decision of the state not to proceed the death penalty, Newman told Murdaugh.
Not only was his trial set for 3 days after the murders, but they had come out with a bunch of new information as far as his finances that were hidden, that weren't known about, like financial crimes. That had all just come out right before the murders. And after the murders, was it Nettie that he shot himself or had somebody shoot him?
It was after the murders. It was actually his cousin that he
right after the
hired,
murders.
to shoot him.
So there was quite a bit of criminal activity in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nuts.
I was blown away. I knew about the boat thing. That's what I told you about, Nettie. It was the boating accident. I did not know the rest of all of that.
Yeah.
And Paradox, you're right. Crazy eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But as I sit here in this courtroom and look around at the many portraits of judges and other court officials and reflect on the fact that over the past century, your family, including you, have been prosecuting people here in this courtroom, and many have received a death penalty, probably for lesser conduct. Remind me of the expression you gave on the witness stand, the judge said to Murdaugh. A tangled web we weave, Murdaugh said, repeating a line from his testimony. What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy for him to say that on the stand?
He said that.
Yeah.
Wow. Also, like I was just mentioning, he's going to be in jail with people he put there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like people he got the death penalty for, and those people made friends with people in prison. So he's in some trouble in there.
Just a tad bit.
So do you think he killed them in order to save them the grief and ordeal of the trials, including his own? I don't think so. I think he did it for money. I think he thought
Yeah.
if they're not here and they can't go to trial, my financial crimes aren't going to be brought up in the trial. They're going to be hidden.
Yeah.
As sad as that is, I think the family name for the Murdaugh people was so important that they would murder to hide their any shame to be brought to their name.
Mhm.
And this trial was going to bring out his financial crimes, which was going to bring shame to the family.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't have anything that he wanted, to do on his eldest son, and of course he said that the reason why he had his cousin, you know, wanting to kill him was for his son to gain his inheritance. But none of that really makes sense to me, you know?
I think he favored his oldest son. I think his oldest son wasn't the partier. The younger one was a partier. The younger one
Yeah.
was getting himself in trouble and bringing again shame on the family name, where the older one wasn't. So the older one could continue on the legacy. It's what
That's
I
what, yeah.
envision. You all let me know what you think. He
Mhm.
is an aggressive, narcissistic user, lied to everyone for decades. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
addicted to pills and lying to everyone.
Mhm.
Um, Only person he wanted to save himself. Wikipedia refers to the family as a crime lawyer dynasty. Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
dynasty was destroyed. Yeah, they were. If you think of an old southern town with that one family that kind of runs the town behind the
Mhm.
closed doors, that's what the Murdaughs were to this town. Buster was thrown out of law school for cheating.
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe he was so similar to his dad,
Yeah.
that he thought, I don't know. I'm not saying he was a good guy, Buster, by any means, but
Yeah.
I think he didn't bring the family name the way his brother did with killing someone, maybe.
Mm. What did you mean by that? It meant when I lied, I continue to lie. And the question is, when will it end? Newman said. This ended already for the jury because they concluded that you continued to lie and lie throughout your testimony. The judge noted Murdaugh's longtime addiction to the painkillers. The killer, Newman told Murdaugh, might not have been you, but it might have been the monster you became when you take 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 opiate pills. Maybe you become another person. I've seen that before.
That seems insane to me to take that
Mm.
amount of pills.
Yeah.
Like, they tell you not to take over the recommended dosage, which is like one pill, right?
Mhm.
So I can't, in my mind, fathom taking three, let alone 15, 20, 30, 40. Like, what?
Yeah.
Are they not afraid that when they swallow that they're going to die? Like, I don't understand. That just seems like so much. Um, I think he's a carbon copy of his dad in more than just looks. Yes, I would
Mhm.
agree. And Charvehart said, law testing is not easy. No, either is
Yeah.
algebra.
Right.
I think he's saying per week. Oh, you think per week?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know. I would think that's a lot.
Yeah.
That would be enough pills to drop an elephant. Holy
Yeah.
crap. Yeah, but you build up it does F people up though. You build up a
Yeah.
tolerance. So if he was doing it for 10 years, he had a tolerance built up to it. So his body may have been able to um keep keep going with that much. He may
Yeah.
have been like it didn't even affect him to take 10 of them. You know what I mean? That's for normal people though. That
Yeah.
5 a day is for like 4 to 5 a day is for normal people that don't have a tolerance. Well, algebra depends on the person, the teacher's teaching skills. True. True, true. All right. Jury reaches verdicts in Alec Murdaugh murder trial. After more than a month and dozens of witnesses, jurors took less than 3 hours. Holy cow.
Guilty.
Took less than 3 hours Thursday to convict Murdaugh of 2 counts of murder in June 2021 killings, as well as 2 counts of possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. Justice was done today, lead prosecutor Cretan Waters said. That sounds like a backcountry name, Cretan Waters. Sorry. Okay. Lead prosecutor Cretan Waters said in a Thursday night news conference. It doesn't matter who your family is. It doesn't matter how much money you have or people think you have. It doesn't matter how prominent you are. If you do wrong, if you break the law, if you murder, then justice will be done in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Christy Mama.
Yay. And it goes to with like what you said, BB, as far as, these crimes that we cover, and sometimes it's kids, and how you spoke that, if it was your child, they did the crime, they're going to do the time.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like, it doesn't matter who you are, how much money you got. If you did the crime, you're going to do your time for it.
Yeah. Diane, with that being said, though, you take as prescribed, correct? You're not overtaking or, indulging in it, correct? Because if you're not, then your body doesn't have that, like, you're still going to build up a tolerance, but not as badly if you're following as just prescribed. All right. I think this is yours.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was reading her comment. The case brought national attention, including Netflix and HBO Max documentaries, to Murdaugh, the former personal injury attorney whose father, grandfather, and great-grandfather served as prosecutors for a portion of South Carolina from 1920 to 2006. Prosecutors have argued that Murdaugh's motive for the killings was to distract and delay the investigations into his growing financial problems. They homed in on a history of deceit, arguing that stole millions of dollars from his former clients and law firm and lied to cover his tracks. Theft and lies that Murdaugh admitted in court.
Take as prescribed. Yeah. So you're not trying to like use it for the reasons that other people are. So they're going to obviously build up that tolerance to it quicker.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear about that paradox. It does get people. People go in for a broken arm and get prescribed that medication. And the next thing you know, that's all it took.
Yeah, they're hooked on it.
Feeling that way hit that addiction mode for them, and all hell breaks loose. My mother had that issue. She would doctor hop and take pills, and I mean, I hate to throw her business out there, but my life was consumed by her for a while because of her addiction, and she didn't act like a normal person anymore. She did some really crazy things because of it. And it's hard to see that. So I get what the judge is saying about him turning into a monster when taking it,
Yeah.
The defense, after the verdict, asked for a mistrial, but Newman denied it, saying the jury had gotten enough time to consider the evidence, and the evidence of guilt was overwhelming. The defense also attacked the investigators on the case, claiming the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division had failed miserably and even fabricated evidence. It took the jury less than an hour to reach the unanimous decision that Murdaugh was guilty, juror Craig Moyer told ABC News. The evidence was clear, said Moyer, the first on the panel to speak publicly about the trial. Soon sentencing for convicted murderer Alex Murdaugh, Craig Moyer, the juror. Man, can you imagine serving on that?
Ooh.
Yikes.
The jury began its deliberations with a vote. It was 2 not guilty, 1 not sure, and 9 guilty, he said Friday. Adding his vote was guilty from the start. Everybody was pretty much talking about 45 minutes later. We figured it out, he said. With little to no direct evidence tying Murdaugh to the scene, including no eyewitnesses, the prosecution largely relied on circumstantial evidence, including phone and vehicle tracking systems, suggesting Murdaugh movements the night of the killings.
And prosecutors pointed to another lie that played a key role in the case, a video clip that placed Murdaugh at the murder site shortly before the killings, despite his repeated assertions throughout the investigation that he was not there. The video, recorded by Paul near the family's dog kennels shortly before the time prosecutors say they were killed, captured Alex Murdaugh's voice in the background. Nearly a dozen friends and family members testified.
And this is where we play the video.
All right, so we're going to take this down,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to play this video. We're going to talk through it, remember? So if you want to see it yourself, I will share the link. I'm going to share it in the chat right now, and then I will put it in the description later as well. But for right now, there it is. Going to share this with sound. All right.
Tonight, Alec Murdaugh's alibi potentially destroyed by his son's own video.
Get back. Get back.
Prosecutors revealing a 58-second cell phone video recorded by Paul Murdaugh directly
And you can hear the voices in this, and this is what got him. The reason why Paul took this footage is the dog that's in the video is a friend's dog, and he was recording his tail because there's something that was wrong with the tail, and his friend wanted to know, and so he filmed it so he could send it to him, but he never had the chance to send it to him. His friend actually saw this video in the courtroom. So he ended up, shortly after that video is when he ended up getting killed. And you can hear them in the background talking.
And you can hear Alex, even though he said he wasn't there.
Yeah, you can hear his mother and you can hear Alec. And of course, you know, you can hear him speaking as well.
Contradicting Alec Murdaugh's story, placing him at the murder scene minutes before his wife.
I would have loved to have seen his face the moment that he realized that video existed.
Oh, I know.
Like they should have gotten that on camera so that they could show that to the jury, his reaction.
See, when Paul was killed, he claimed that he ran up, you know, he found them like that, him and his wife. And then when he went to his son, I don't know if he was saying he turned him over, but his phone fell out of his back pocket. So he grabbed the phone and put it either on him or near him, but had no blood on him. His clothes were clean. It's almost like, you know, he had to have went and changed because they said that he had different clothing on, you know, so he had no speck of blood on him when he's claiming this is how the phone ended up near his son. It's by him putting it there, but he didn't realize he was filming prior to that.
Thrifty Angela, what's this other channel? I need to know. Is it on the Angela channel? The one you were talking in here earlier from? Because definitely I will go watch this stuff for sure. He laid the phone on Paul's butt. See, why was he even touching that?
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. All right.
And son were shot to death. In the video, you can see Paul going into a pen on the family's property to check on a friend's dog. In the background, you hear other voices.
Hey, he's got a bird in his mouth.
That's his voice
him
right there.
Yeah, you can
Yep.
tell it's. I don't even know
That's
the
his
man, and I
voice.
can tell that's his voice from other things of hearing him talk.
Yeah. But I was in the house.
It's called Trending Now Entertainment and News. When did this channel begin, Thrifty Angela? I'm so confused. I'm excited to check this out.
There was no prints on the phone.
There were no prints on the phone, his or Paul's. That's weird. Yeah, he even said he might have turned them over. If you had touched the bodies
Yeah.
in any way, you would have had blood on you. I
Yep.
started it a few months ago for fun. Okay, are you a mod? Can you drop the link to it in here? Something totally different. All right. Going for a walk. All right. Thanks for listening while you walk. All right,
Mhm.
here we go.
Damn, Bubba.
It's a guinea.
This is a chicken. Come here, Cash.
Um,
Quit.
Murdaugh claimed he didn't go to the family's kennels that night
Yeah.
until he found
Yeah, how are you going to claim you weren't there? That was your voice. You were there. You
And
were
look how
there.
he's just sitting there like, I don't know.
Mhm. That's not me.
Yeah.
Should we keep playing this?
You don't have to. It was just that portion, where you obviously can hear him. Yeah, Thrifty's not a mod.
Stupid question, but I don't know why this guy is famous. Was a banker type. I've heard the name throughout the years. Him and his whole family were lawyers and high-ranking officials in the town that this happened in. Thrifty, let me change that for you real quick so you can drop your link if you don't mind. There you go. Should have fixed it. You should be now.
Yeah.
All right. The family was lawyers and judge at one time. Attorney, very well connected. If nothing else, the sole of his shoes would have had blood on them. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Is it your turn?
I think so. I don't remember.
Oh.
Go ahead. Murdaugh then testified the voice was his and that he lied to the investigators about the whereabouts because he grew paranoid, which he blamed on his addiction to the opioids painkillers. Moyer, the juror, was surprised when Murdaugh acknowledged the video and heard in the video moments before the murders was his own, he said. It was that fact that convinced Moyer that Murdaugh was guilty, the jury said.
50 said the prosecution, my words, the prosecution team was amazing. They caught him in so many lies. He seemed like he wasn't very good at lying. Like,
Right?
he seemed like he really sucked at lying because, like, I don't know. The video, though, there's no way he could have known that existed. And he was kind of screwed when that video came out. We've been watching a TV show about this family. Oh, yeah. There we go. Everybody go check out that new channel.
Sweet.
I'm going to click on it right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hit that subscribe button so I don't lose. Look at how many subscribers she has already. Go, Thrifty Angela. Go. Y'all, go check out that channel. Looks great. All right. That
Sweet.
channel.
I got it too.
All right. I got to hit play, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm losing my marbles. All right. Moyer said the defense argument that Murdaugh didn't have enough time to commit the crimes and clean up wasn't convincing. Murdaugh was a good liar. Not really. Moyer said, but not good enough. I didn't see any true remorse or compassion or anything, he added, noting that Murdaugh took the stand. He didn't cry. All he did was blow snot. In the end, It was the victim, Paul Murdaugh, who solved his own murder.
Yep.
Dave Ehrenberg, state attorney for Florida's Palm Beach County, told CNN Thursday night about the trial. Yeah, that's true. It
You know, if
was
he
him.
wouldn't have filmed that video, who knows what what would have came of this case.
He's some.
Yeah. The photos of the crime scene were introduced by the forensic analyst Melinda Worley, who testified in court. The photos include the bodies of Paul and Maggie lying face down in a pool of blood in the dog kennel area of the estate. Ms. Worley testified that she arrived at the crime scene around midnight after the emergency call. She found the body of Maggie covered by a tent.
RV BFE, exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. I didn't even think that stuff currently still existed where families could run towns, but apparently it does.
Reminded me of like JR from Dallas.
Dallas.
That
Yeah.
kind of family. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I have subs, just not watch hours. If it's okay to ask, definitely everybody go
Yeah.
over and give her the watch hours. She's got tons of content over there, tons of subscribers. Let's hook her up with some watch hours. The
Yeah.
channel looks amazing. Sharpheart said, I think so too. I love being around our family tribe. I love our YouTube community. Our tribe is
Yeah.
amazing. There we go. I'm so glad the jury was smart and saw right through him. I didn't want it to be another Simpson case. Yes.
Yep.
In addition, 12 shotguns were retrieved from his property. Unloading the weapon, 16-gauge shotgun cartridges were found in the magazine. In the photos, there were 2 12-gauge shot shells behind the door and pellets on the floor, and Paul was shot twice from a shotgun, while his mother was shot around 5 times with an assault rifle. Paul's skull was exploited from the shot, and part of his skull was also lying on the floor along with his brains, blood, and hair. She also identified the shoe prints, which appear to be Maggie's and Paul's. So he used 2 different guns?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. The defense was trying to say there was more than one person that did this with the 2 different guns.
Maybe he was trying to set it up to look like more than one person.
Yeah. Could have been his cousin, far we know, since he tried to, wanted him to murder him. Who knows?
I still do not know who shot JR. Roy and Becky said that they think that the older brother was involved in this. I don't know. If he was, then it was a
He
really
wasn't there,
weird...
though, as far as he was pretty far away, but yeah, he had an alibi.
I mean, families can cover up stuff, but as much as they've messed up in this case, as far as his lies and all that stuff, I don't know. And there was that video. Why wasn't Buster's voice in that video? But he could have been hiding somewhere and they not even know that he was there. So, yeah, I don't know. The shotgun was loaded with both buckshot and birdshot. Yeah, 2 different guns. I think he was trying to throw off the authorities because both guns were what the family owned. He was named in the murder of a young man prior.
Oh, wow.
Lester
I didn't
was?
know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay, is it Becky? I need you to help me research because I didn't know that.
All right. I think this one's yours, right?
Okay, yeah. In a separate case that had not yet gone to trial, Murdaugh faces 99 charges stemming from a slew of alleged financial crimes, including defrauding his clients, the former law firm, and the government of millions. Murdaugh's former law firm, which renamed itself Parker Law Group in light of his actions, called Thursday's verdict a step towards justice. Several members of the law group testified during the murder trial.
Okay. Linda Barker said, I didn't think he'd be convicted because there was a shadow of a doubt on how he could have cleaned up so quickly and thoroughly, but the judge probably knew him well enough. Well, the jury obviously was like, yeah, no, because within hours they returned him
Yeah.
guilty. So I guess that one tiny fact compared to the rest of it didn't matter to them. I don't. But Alex thought he was smarter than everyone. Apparently, that information was on Netflix, and it's Becky.
Yeah.
If you're a habitual liar, you deserve to not be trusted. True. Yep. I'm more drawn than crafts, but I do a little travel, and drawing are my fave. A little gaming, but don't have the equipment for game filming. I have to do it in short 30-second videos on Switch. Yeah, Jar of Heart's got some good stuff over there, too.
Mm-hmm.
The actions of Alec Murdaugh are shocking to us all. Tonight's verdict, which was rendered after a thorough and fair trial, brings justice and some closure to this awful matter, the firm said on Facebook. Maggie and Paul died tragically and for reasons we may never fully comprehend. They were much beloved and will forever mourn their loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just looks so terribly different.
He does.
And I'm not going to sit here and talk bad about the dead, but I don't think that they were as perfect as people want to believe. No one deserves to die, but I don't think his wife and his son were as innocent, as perfect as they're being painted out to be in the media either. I think the whole family had dark secrets. Honestly.
Yeah, where they dabbled a little into the other side.
Yeah, I think the wife knew what he was doing, what he was a part of. I think she knew that he wasn't that good. You know, I think she was leaving because it was getting out of hand, but you don't marry and have 2 children and stay that long and not know the dark side of that man as well, you know? Mm-hmm. And she was accepting of it for quite some time. A liar will say, okay, I'll tell you the truth. Then makes
yeah.
Yes, very much. Oh, Linda Barker had a birthday?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linda. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
And many, many more. Not perfect, I think, at all. Too many skeletons in the closet. Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like, I think the whole family has a lot of skeletons in their closet. So, Maggie was about to divorce him, refused to give him money or her beach house. Yeah, I think she was about to divorce him. I think she had gotten to the point where, you know, he was doing too much for her liking. But what I guess I'm saying is there were many years in there that he was dirty that she stayed with him. And you can't tell me she didn't know about that.
Yeah.
She knew.
How could she not, right?
She knew, and she was enjoying the luxuries of her life. I think something happened that made her go, okay, this is crossing a line that I'm not willing to cross. But, you know, I don't think she was perfect. I don't think any of them were perfect. I think they were all skeletons in their closet, as Thrifty Angela said.
Yeah.
Paul liked to party, but didn't we all at his age? True. The son, true. And I'm sure there's really high expectations put on kids and families that are like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really hard to live up to. She was living in their other house. She found out about the spending he had. So, question here. Again, I'm not trying to talk bad about the dead. But if he wasn't spending like that and she was still getting all that money, would she have left him? Because his actions, it wasn't necessarily about him spending money. His actions as a person were not good. And so did she leave him because of money? Because the money was running out, like thing? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
Yeah, it does.
Versus leaving for moral reasons? I don't know.
They had separate homes. So she's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll be over here. Yeah, as long as I still have some money.
They had maids and all that stuff too. How, like, I don't know. Stuff that
Yeah,
literally is out of movies.
yeah.
Congratulations. Happy birthday on another year. 4 family members within a week apart, different sides of the APA, different
Wow.
sides of the bloodline. Oh. Yeah, I guess Maggie owned most of what they had. I think that had something to do with it, especially if she wanted a divorce.
Oh,
That was probably smart on his thinking because he knew he was doing all these financial crimes. And if it was in Maggie's name and not his, then they couldn't take it really, right?
yeah.
July is a big month of B-days in our family. 9 of them. Wow.
Mm.
November and December are big birthday months in my family. BB sings better than me. I do not sing very well. 19-year-old named Stephen Smith was found dead in the middle of the road that was tied up to Buster. So this family's just out
Oh.
there killing people left and right, huh?
Hmm.
This is going to be a movie. This is going to be turned into a movie.
Yeah.
Sadly, she can't tell us why. Their housekeeper was killed too
killed.
by him, it's
Yep.
believed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Killed by Alex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw where they just killed a guy who was on death row in Texas for 30 years. 30 years. We took care of this guy. Healthcare, food, TV. If they would have waited longer, he would have died of old age. Yes. I think
Mhm.
I've talked about this before. If there is no doubt, like no doubt that you are guilty, like if there is DNA evidence, if there is video proof, if there is no doubt that you are guilty and you are given the death penalty, there should be a very short time frame that you are in the system before you are put to death. I
Yeah.
don't understand why people that it's 100% proven why they're still sitting there 30 years later. I don't get that. If there is doubt and there's not 100% proof, then you have to give them the time to do the appeals and stuff. So I understand that. But there's a lot of them that there's like no doubt they're guilty and they've received the death penalty because there's no
Yeah.
doubt and we're still taking care of them. I don't get it. Maybe she wouldn't tell even if she could. My daughter's kids are in February, March, April, and my daughter May. It's funny how things work out.
Oh, yeah.
Wowee. Paul killed a young girl named
Mhm.
Mallory. Yes, that was on the boat, right? Mallory
Yeah.
died on the boat.
Mhm.
I just can't imagine. Like, first of all, I can't imagine living that TV lifestyle of the rich and famous where you have multiple houses and housekeepers and your family is like well known throughout the town. Like, I can't imagine living that life, first of all. But if you have that life, why? I almost said a bad word. Why screw it up? Why? Why, when you're being given a life that so many of us can't ever imagine, we probably never will.
Yeah.
Like, why screw that up? I don't know. Wow, on the YouTube side of things are really behind. I got 2 screens going and we are still on the YouTube side have the picture up with us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're that far back on the YouTube side. Okay. In order to do the divorce, an internal audit on the financial management. Oh, so that he would have gotten caught in more of his financial stuff.
Mm.
Some of those killers become consultants to detectives trying to find a particular type of killer. Yes.
Yeah.
Much like the hackers we were talking
I
about.
was just thinking that too. I'm like, okay, now we're good, hackers. We're helping people.
And I get it. Not every
Yeah.
killer is going to be sentenced to death, right?
Yeah.
And the ones that aren't sentenced to death, okay. But the ones that receive the death penalty, and there is not a shadow of a doubt, we do not need to keep them alive in the system and waste
Right. I agree.
money. I think that's why the prosecution did not bring the death penalty as an option. They didn't want to take the chance with doubt. A conviction was better just to get him off the street.
Yeah.
Interesting. Shortly after she was found dead. Oh, yeah. So between the going to be divorcing and the financial situation, and then also 3 days later, I guess, was Paul's trial. Why
Yeah.
not just off them both? It was funny during the prosecution question, Alex, when he thought he wasn't wealthy.
Ah,
Jeez. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Char of Hearts,
thank
for reminding
you.
everybody. I appreciate that. If any of you have ideas on a story you want us to research or a paranormal, like I'd love to dive into some paranormal stuff that we haven't really gotten into. So if you have an idea of anything paranormal you'd like us to look into, make sure you comment that or reach out to Nettie or I. Would love ideas from you guys on stories. Nettie does great research in all of this stuff every week.
Thank you. I
I'm sure
enjoy
she-
doing the research. And yes, I think if we can, thank you, Becky. I'll check that. And if we could, find some, we love the paranormal side as well, and hauntings. And so,
Yeah.
we'll see if we can get some of those going as well.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Paradox had talked about this before. Missing 411 has extraordinary paranormal attributes.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good channel to check out to maybe look
Yeah.
and see if there's any stories off of there we want to do.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I had a friend off of TikTok reach out to me and tell me that they recently had an accident and fell off a ladder, and they said, I don't want you to think, weird of me, but I was pushed off the ladder. And I'm like, tell me more. And it turns out their house is built right where the Oregon Trail was. And so there was all these dead bodies that were buried where this property is. And so there's all kinds of paranormal activity that they have at their house. And I'm like, can you get video? Can I share this story?
I was going to say, they didn't see who pushed them off the ladder, right?
No, they just said they were on they shattered both arms. Their
Oh, my.
muscle tore in their arm. Like they were severely injured.
Wow.
But they said they were on the ladder and they felt a shove and went flying off the ladder. I heard the convenience store that sold Paul the booze he was drunk on when he wrecked the boat that killed the girl may be held responsible for her death. I think that they're going after the liquor store. They were going after the family. They were going after the bar that they were at because they were at a bar as well. And then Paul was using Buster's ID, like his driver's license, like an old ID. That's how he was getting in. So yeah, there's a lot of different people and places that are being gone after for that. If you've seen the video of how drunk they were, it's like how'd they get this drunk and they're underage at a bar?
Yeah. Is that one they were walking like on the dock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you look at the haunted woman size doll of 5 feet something? No, but that sounds very interesting. You sure it wasn't me on that game?
Right. And I did go back and watch that. And oh my, it was so funny. And how you guys couldn't see yourself, but Uncle Lisa could see you. And he's like, you're jumping so high. And you could see his feet. It was hilarious.
If y'all haven't seen that, Uncle Lisa and I play a spooky game on Sunday mornings together. And our latest game is this game where we're trying to collect dolls. And if the girl gets you, she makes you miniature. And so you're a little tiny
doll.
doll that runs around, and it's him and I playing on the screen. And the first time it happened, I didn't know that that was possible. He didn't know it was possible. And the next thing you know, he's looking at me and I'm tiny. So I was laughing so hard, I almost peed myself that day when we played it for the first time. And then today, when we were playing, we played a different section of the game, and I was turned into a rat. So,
No way.
yeah,
Oh, man,
it's very interesting.
that's funny.
We just found out that the Texas death row prison is in the town we just moved to. Wonder why our lights flicker once in a while. Oh my gosh.
I may not come and visit you. I think I'm taking that back.
Oh man. The Beach family has filed suit against the store.
Oh,
I wonder if there was enough info on it. Oh, the 5 foot something doll. We'll have to look into that. We'll
yeah,
look.
yeah.
I might have a story for you guys, but I think it's too early in the investigation. We have a missing girl from my son's class.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Ugh.
She hasn't been seen in months. It took 3 weeks for the parents to report her missing. It's so sad. The parents are in jail right now. I think this story's on the news, is it not? Has this story gone national? Because I think I looked into this one. They just didn't even report her missing. And then the mom was supposed to bring her to the school. If I'm talking about the correct story, the school ended up reporting the child missing. And the mom was supposed to bring the girl to the school to like show that she was okay. And then the mom showed up at the school without the little girl. And that's when the school was like, enough, like something's wrong here. And okay, yeah, that is it. And then the dad, I forget if the dad was like out of town or something, or was claiming he was out of town. I don't know. It's a mess.
Wow.
But like, yeah, the mom's saying she doesn't know what happened because she thought that, I don't know. But the school, I can't believe it took 3 weeks for the school to do something. Like, that's a really long time for her to be missing, for the school to step
Yeah.
in. And daylight saving is going to be a longer evening light.
Right.
We love Uncle Lisa. He's so funny. I'm so glad he's back on live. I was talking to him today and I realized English is not his first language. It just like hit me in my brain. English is not Uncle Lisa's first language. So I was like, do you not speak English on a regular basis? Like when you're at home and talking to everybody, you don't speak English, right? And he's like, no, not at all. And I'm like, you speak such good English.
He
that
does.
I forget that. And he's like,
Yeah.
I think I don't speak good English. I was like, no, you need to know you speak really good English, because he speaks so well. I completely forgot that that's not his first language. I have another possessed doll who has joined the crew. She was introduced this past Wednesday.
Oh.
What is her name? Paradox put a rat in the chat. That is spooky about the lights.
Yeah.
And that was it. My friend lives in her neighborhood and got her house searched by the FBI. Oh my gosh. Wow, I didn't know it went nationally. I hope that helps with the investigation. It's hard because my son keeps asking questions about it and I don't know what to tell him. That breaks my heart. Yeah, apparently they had made all kinds of excuses and stuff, but yeah, it's gone national. I just can't. I can't imagine.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
I have to go. Love you all. Take care. Have a great night, Char of Heart. I think we're going to be signing off too.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody goes and checks out Thrifty Angela's new channel.
Yes.
If you haven't yet, I'm going to drop it in the chat here one more time. I knew the girl because I was a room mom. Oh no.
Oh man.
All right. Well, everybody make sure to go support everybody in the chat, whether it's watch hours or likes or subscribing. If you haven't, make sure you support everyone over there. They're all great people. We know that. We're here on Sundays together. And we appreciate you being here on Sundays with us. It means a lot. And I had a good time tonight with you all.
Mhm.
And I'm wishing you much kindness and much love.
And we're sending love your way. Good night.
Bye, everyone.